Oh, I was gonna say it's like literally everything. It was like everything I'd ever experienced, every woman that I've ever been with before, like helped me recognize her and and you know, she is the only, she's the most important thing in my universe. You know, I love God too, and people are like, well, you gotta love God. But I'm like, I don't give a shit about your theology. Like, I love her, and God told me green light. That's more important to me than whatever you think God wants. I don't really care what you think God wants. God wants me to love her. So, and I don't care if you agree with that. I'm not telling you to love anything or I love everything, fine. But I'm not trying to change you. Why are you trying to change me or my love story? And that was the fucking point. God, God was like, yeah, they're all gonna like have a big fucking problem with this. Who cares? Don't change a bit. Because they're super intolerant. And if they can't tolerate a love story, that's the point too. Because not tolerating, that's being intolerant. They're that intolerant that they won't tolerate a love story. Because they'll think it's ugly and unholy. Especially when you start to talk about God. And that's the source of all those problems. That's why people go to war. You had crusades. You can't tolerate that God spoke somebody else's language. And so you kill people. Your whole religion, everything, the whole thing is based on like this or that. Like Black Lives Matter or all lives matter. You're an idiot. Because if all lives matter, Black lives have to matter then. And if Black lives don't matter to the system, well, all lives can't matter. So why would you ever say Black Lives Matter or? You put the or in there. That's not how God works. There's 6.5 or 7.5 billion people out there. If you think your exact understanding of God and of what people should do and what love is and, what happiness is and what marriage is and what all this stuff is, if you think that's your job to go tell people who aren't hurting anybody what they ought not to do or how they ought to define their own happiness or their love, you're crazy. And the whole and what my vision was like, they're all gonna like bear down on this because they won't be able to tolerate love. And you did it. It was crazy when it was happening. I mean, it's still crazy to me. But because you still get crazy about it. Because you just can't tolerate that God would be okay with it. Because you're not. Anyway, speaking of which, this is one of the reasons why you're probably not okay with it. I used to be a gigolo, right? I was a prostitute. And I want to make Ronnie feel like the only person in the universe. But when you're a gigolo, like when you're a prostitute, you have to make somebody feel like they're really special for like an hour, or you're not going to make $300. But you all like hate when I take Adderall, right? I take it to work. But when I was a gigolo, I was in my 20s. I didn't need Viagra. But you better believe like I'm doing my job. I'm going to have fucking Viagra there. Can you imagine that conversation? Oh, it's okay. It happens to all the guys. But can I have my $300 back? And I was like, I'm never having that conversation. I'm going to fucking do fucking Viagra every time I'm doing my job. Because I want that girl to feel like she's dancing on the pole and I'm the fucking pole and we're holding the universe together. But now I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. Even if I never see her again, she is the one soul holding my whole universe together. You don't have to do shit. But sit back and fucking enjoy the show. But instead of realizing that you're being an asshole, 300 million Americans or 100 million white Americans or something, you all took it upon yourselves to want to change love. Which is what I saw. Which is why it is a fairy tale. The worse it looks to you people, you intolerant people, the more of a fairy tale it is. The badder I am, the better. As long as I don't hurt anybody. Because you just can't stand that a miracle would happen to somebody that you don't approve of. But you're going to have to tolerate it. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. A fairy tale with God that you just can't stand. But you're going to have to tolerate.